The cheesecake lie my husband texted me, "Come home. We have wonderful news." 20 minutes later, he dropped a DNA report beside the cheesecake I just bought and told me my daughter wasn't his. I'm Alexis, 43, and I run logistics for the National Guard. I don't scare easy. But nothing prepares you for walking into your own living room and finding it staged like a courtroom. The driveway had told me something was wrong before I even opened the door. My parents' car, his mother's car, his brother's truck, all crooked, all rushed. Inside, no one was talking. No TV. My mother wouldn't meet my eyes. And there was Marcus, sitting behind a manila folder squared perfectly on the coffee table, like he'd rehearsed it. "Sit down," he said, gentle, terrifying. "We need to handle this like adults." He handed me a tissue before he'd said a single word. That's the part I still can't forget. He'd planned the kindness, too. Inside the folder, a DNA report excluding him as our daughter Hazel's father. I laughed. We'd spent 4 brutal years in fertility treatment. He knew that better than anyone. But he just said, flat and cold, "The lab doesn't care about our history." His mother accused me of trapping him with another man's child. My own mother asked if I had something to confess. My father said nothing. And that silence broke something in me deeper than any accusation could. Marcus already had a separation agreement ready, demanding I sell my house, a house that was mine alone, inherited from my grandmother. I refused to sign. His mother told me to take that child and get out. Then, at 6:31, the door opened again, and Walter Hendricks walked in, my grandmother's longtime estate attorney. I'd quietly scheduled a meeting with him 3 weeks earlier, after I caught Marcus secretly photographing my deed, my retirement accounts, and Hazel's trust papers. I hadn't accused him. I'd just gotten careful. Walter didn't yell. He asked questions. Who collected the samples? Which lab? Where's the original paperwork? Marcus admitted it was a mail-order kit, worthless in any real proceeding. Walter told me not to sign a single thing. I packed a bag and left with my daughter, leaving the cheesecake untouched on the table. By morning, Walter confirmed it. The lab had never issued that report. Worse, someone had tried opening a credit line against my house using the very documents Marcus had photographed. It wasn't panic. It was a plan. A forensic accountant, Renee, dug in for weeks and uncovered the truth. Marcus was drowning in nearly $245,000 of hidden debt, gambling losses, secret credit cards, unauthorized transfers from his job. He needed me gone fast before a real divorce exposed everything. The fake DNA report wasn't meant for a courtroom. It was only meant to break me for 1 week, just long enough to sign. He'd studied me for 15 years. He knew I hated attention, hated gossip, hated chaos. He bet fear would beat logic. He was wrong. Renee found the final proof. A life insurance form listing Hazel as his daughter, no hesitation, and an email to his brother reading, "Once she believes the report can embarrass her at work, she'll settle before anyone checks the numbers." Those months were brutal. Frozen bank accounts, missed work, sleepless nights in a hotel with a sick baby. My mother texting, "Just think about what's best for everyone." One night, exhausted, I almost signed just to make it stop. Walter looked at me and said quietly, "He's not offering you peace. He's offering you silence and charging you for it." I didn't sign. At mediation, Marcus slid a new agreement across the table. Calm, smug. I slid my own folder back. Proof the lab never issued his report. Proof of the fraudulent credit application. Proof of his hidden debt. Proof of his own messages. His attorney didn't even argue. He just asked for a private word with his client. The fake settlement died right there. A real accredited DNA test was finally ordered. It confirmed what I already knew. Marcus was Hazel's father. I cried in my car afterward, not from relief, but from fury that truth ever needed paper to be believed. At a final family meeting, same living room, same people, I laid it all out calmly. His father stood, buttoned his coat, and told his son, "You turned your daughter into a bargaining chip. I didn't teach you that." Then he walked out. His mother turned the family photo face down on the table. 10 months later, Marcus had lost his job, his credibility, and was legally responsible for every dollar of debt he tried to hand me. I sold the house that held too many bad memories and bought a smaller one with a porch and a maple tree. Marcus finished treatment and now sees Hazel under supervision, slowly, carefully rebuilding trust he broke in one night. Last Saturday, I sat on my new porch watching Hazel chase soap bubbles across the grass. I used to think justice would feel like watching him fall apart. It didn't. It felt quiet, like keeping my daughter safe, refusing to sign something unfair just because I was tired, and letting truth stay truth no matter the cost. A lie doesn't win because it's convincing. It wins because it makes you too ashamed, too scared, or too tired to ask one simple question. Marcus expected me to disappear quietly that night. I left, but I never gave up my name, my daughter, or the truth.